And we're back for our daily college basketball best bets here on the channel. Today is April 2nd, and we've got two games today with the College Basketball Crown Tournament in Las Vegas. We've got two quarterfinal matchups between the Butler Bulldogs and the Boise State Broncos, and the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the Georgetown Hoyas. Tomorrow we have two more quarterfinal games with the Crown, plus the NIT Championship game of Chattanooga versus UC Irvine. Hey, I'm just saying, the Anteaters got there. And then Friday, no college basketball. Saturday, 4 games with the final 4 games, plus the College Basketball Crown semifinals. Sunday, College Basketball Crown championship game. And then Monday, we're at the National Championship game. So April 7th, the final day of college basketball here on the channel. No college basketball Friday. And yeah, that really details the rest of the season. But before we get into the two best bets today, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily college basketball best bets here on the channel. But we've got stuff going on the channel past the college basketball season. I'm talking daily NBA predictions throughout the postseason. Daily MLB best bets that'll take us all the way till early or late October, early November. So make sure to join us over there. And also, go make sure to check out Greedo Plays MMA this week. UFC Fight Night Emmett versus Murphy predictions, and our PFL 1 at Jackson versus Koreshkov predictions as well. Both are linked in the description down below, and make sure to go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA while you're at it, and subscribe to this channel as well. Okay, let's go to the first of our two games today, and we start things off here with the Boise State Broncos taking on the Butler Bulldogs. Okay, so Butler still with their victory in their first game in the Crown over Utah. Guys, that game was disgusting on so many levels from the Utes. They're up by 12 points with, 15 minutes to go, but it's a game that Utah should have had in the bag. Regardless, they come back. Gabe Madsen hits 2 big shots to tie the game with a minute left. Utah forces a Butler miss on the other side, and with the game on the line, they don't go to Gabe Madsen. I don't entirely remember who took I don't remember who took the shot for Utah. Regardless, mid-range brick. Butler comes back, scores on the other side, and we're going to talk about the Butler Bulldogs in full in a minute. I know this is about them, and we'll talk about the game that Pierre Brooks had. Regardless, though, Utah gets one more shot at it. They take a terrible 3. It was Ezra Usar who took the 3, and they didn't let Gabe Madsen shoot, the all-time leading 3-point shooter in Utah Utes school history. Make it make sense, I know. Regardless, though, Butler played a good game, and Pierre Brooks, I'd say, played his best game of the season, just in terms of, the magnitude of the game, be it the first ever Crown basketball game. I get it, he had a really good game in the Big East tournament against Providence, but 22-9-3 in this game over Utah was absolutely huge. Really dominated driving to the hoop in this basketball game. The senior playing his potentially final collegiate game really balled out for Butler, right? Brooks had a really good game for them, and Butler's trying to make it 2 straight games, 2 straight wins going on to the semifinals. They're a 15-19 team now, which is kind of crazy, but they beat Utah, and again, Brooks had a really good night. Patrick McCaffrey's been one of their guys who scored a lot down the stretch of the season. He only had 6 points in that game over Utah, went 1 for 4 from beyond the arc, 1 for 7 in all in that game. Finley Bizjak scored 16 points in that game, went 5 for 11 from the field. Andre Screen, we talk about their center a lot. He is a liability at the free throw line. That's why he doesn't play clutch time minutes for Butler. That was something the commentators made sure we all knew. But Andre Screen, right, good center. He can get rebounds, right, played 26 minutes, 8 boards, 10 points. Not a horrible scorer in terms of down low. I mean, he can dunk, right? It's just he cannot shoot free throws. If you put this guy on the line, if you hack this guy, he's not going to hit his shots, right? As a team, Butler went 13 for 20 at the free throw line. You take away Andre Screen, they go 13 for 15 at the line. Yes, Screen went 0 for 5 at the line that game for Butler. So they're taking on the Boise State Broncos. The team I said at the very beginning of this tournament will likely win the thing, right? Hey, I know we still got to see the NIT Championship game tomorrow between Chattanooga and UCI, but my goodness, I like the Chattanooga matchup a lot more than I do the Loyola Chicago matchup for UCI. I believe Irvine has to be favored in that game. If they're not, we are absolutely hammering UCI tomorrow. I'm just saying, the Anteaters, watch out. Regardless, though, I think Boise State probably is still the favorite to win this entire thing. Obviously, there's a team on the other side of the bracket in Villanova who destroyed Colorado yesterday that might potentially challenge Boise State some, and I think maybe the championship game of this tournament. But Boise State's good, right? I mean, this is a team that barely missed the NCAA tournament. They lost the Mountain West Championship game to Colorado State. We know how good Tyson Degenhart is. He had 19 points in that victory over George Washington. And my goodness, what a slow start that was for Boise State in that game against the Revolutionaries. I mean, they're down early. They were down like 12-2, if I'm not mistaken. But it was 12-2 And we were 8 minutes into the basketball game. Boise could not get anything going. Doesn't matter. They scored 57 points in the second half, and they even recovered in the first half as well. They ended up going into the locker room 32-20. They up 32-26 against the Revolutionaries. So they bounced back fine. I mean, we knew that game was kind of a mismatch. Boise was an 8.5-point favorite. Obviously, they win the game by 30 points. They're just loaded, and they've got a lot of guys who, I mean, they don't really have any, they don't have that many sit-outs for this tournament like some other teams are. Cardenas still playing, right? Tyson Dejanhart still playing. Meadow still playing as well. They got 19 out of Dejanhart, 15 out of Andrew Meadow. Pearson Carmichael had 15 points. Alvaro Cardenas had 5 points, but again, he's the facilitator. He's going to bring the ball up the court, and he's going to be their point. So I really like what Boise's got going on in this tournament. They still feel like the favorite to me. And I don't think Butler can hang with them. I get it. The Bulldogs played a great game against Utah. I just can't get their struggles in the Big East out of my mind. And on top of that, guys, this team, I keep referencing it. They lost to North Dakota State in their own home court in Indiana. That's really bad. They lost to Austin, PA on their own home court. Austin P. It's just, I can't pick Butler here. I think Boise's still the much better team. Again, this was my original pick to win the entire thing. Like what we said with UCI and the NIT, right? I mean, I think Boise could have made the case to be in the tournament. I think UCI had a better case, but anyways, right? I think Boise's really good. I think Dejanhart's going to dominate this game, right? 19 points to win over George Washington. I'd expect him to dominate this one. Watch for Meadow and Cardenas as well. I'm going to take the Boise State Broncos, and I really don't think it's all that competitive of a basketball game. So Boise State wins, and they cover the 6.5 points as well. We go on it to our final game of the day, and our second game of the day, we have the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the Georgetown Hoyas. I actually think it's a really winnable game for Georgetown. I know, they're 7.5-point dogs, and Georgetown has struggled this season, to say the least. They have frustrated me throughout the season, again, to say the least. But that win over Washington State, I didn't know Georgetown had something like that in them. Just gonna be honest. Now, Malik Mack deserves all the praise in the world. That guy went 8 for 12 from beyond the arc, 13 for 24 from the field, 37 points in that game for Georgetown. Mack never came off the court. Essentially, they played a 5-man rotation. They had one guy coming off the bench. It was Austin Montgomery, played 10 minutes, but essentially, it was just Drew McKenna, it was Caleb Williams, it was Jordan Burks, it was Malik Mack, and it was Curtis Williams, and obviously Mack had the 37 points, leading the Hoyas to victory. It was a good game. I did not think that they had that in them. I get it. There were some opt-outs in that game for Washington State, like there are for Georgetown as well, obviously, right? I mean, hell, all of Georgetown's star players are not playing in this tournament, but I didn't think they could come from behind and beat Wazoo. I didn't see it coming. I'll be honest, right? No Sorber, no Micah Peavy, no Jaden Epps, no problem. Here comes Malik Mack, a guy who averaged, 12 points a game this season? Solid, but he was never the number one for this team. He's really showing out in this tournament, obviously just in one game, but my goodness, the shooting was on point. And I did not think Georgetown could come from behind and beat Wazoo. That's exactly what they did. They found themselves trailing with down 8 points with about 6 minutes left in that game, and the Hoyas ended up winning. So I was really impressed with Georgetown. I really was. I know they didn't cover the 3.5. I don't care. I was impressed with the Hoyas a lot. Now, they're taking on Nebraska, a team that did need to come back as well. They were down big early against Arizona State. At one point in time, the Sun Devils were up 8. Going into the halftime locker rooms, they were up by 8 points, but really with 10 minutes left, they were up by 8. I thought that Arizona State had it, and I was really shocked. I was like, damn, all right, Nebraska's going to continue their losing ways like they finished out the regular season in the Big Ten, but yet they found a way to win, and all that credit's got to go to Bryce Williams. Nebraska's got a lot of talent, I'm not going to lie, right? I mean, Bryce Williams is still playing in this tournament. He had 30 points. Juwan Gary had 18 points. Sam Hoiberg is playing as well. He had 7, but, Connor Essingen as well had 17 points, played 23 minutes. It was a win that they were supposed to get, and they ended up getting it, and they ended up actually coming back and covering the spread. So shout out to Nebraska for doing so. I worry about this team sometimes because they don't play the best defense, and Georgetown, it's been a struggle all year long, but hey, their last game they scored, right? They're playing 5 guys the entire game. We'll take it. We will take it. Let Malik Mack go. Let Malik Mack shoot it. Let Jordan Burks take some shots and see what happens. I think Georgetown's able to compete tonight, man. I really think so. I think Nebraska's going to score, obviously, right? I mean, we expect Bryce Williams to have a big night. We expect Juwan Gary to score a lot, too. But, I expect Bryce Williams to score well over 30. But at the same time, yeah, I expect Malik Mack to give us a repeat of what happened just the other day ago against Wazoo. I expect Malik Mack to score, and I expect him, I don't know if he's going to keep up, shot for shot with Bryce Williams, even though he did outscore Williams on Monday. I think Malik Mack's going to put up a bunch of points and keep Georgetown in the basketball game. Okay, and I get it. I was talking about how Butler disappointed me this season in the Big East. 100% they did. And Georgetown, they are the definition of disappointment, losing 3 times in one season to DePaul, who was another disappointment yesterday, losing and getting blown out by the lowly Cincinnati Bearcats. I don't care what anybody says. Cincinnati still sucks. DePaul's just even worse. Hey, for Georgetown, right? Again, no PV, no Sorber, no Epps, and they're still finding ways to win. Okay. I mean, again, I'm not going to tell you outright to take the money line for Georgetown, right? You're looking at minus 320 for the Huskers, plus 260 for the Hoyas. I think the better bet and the best bet in this video is Georgetown plus 7.5. I think they are able to cover this game. I think they're going to be able to stay in it with Nebraska. And I think their shooting obviously keeps them in this one. I cannot tell you how impressed I was with Malik Mack in that basketball game for Georgetown, right? Really no bench depth at all. They're going to play one guy off the bench, again, being Austin Montgomery, but Drew McKenna played 30 minutes. Caleb Williams played 34 minutes. Jordan Burks, Malik Mack, and Curtis Williams never came off the court. And Curtis Williams had a horrible night. 39 minutes, basically the entire game. I know, again, Curtis Williams is a player who averages 5 points a game, but they felt confident in him. Sure, with all the opt-outs, but Curtis Williams shot 15 shots, went 1 for 10 from beyond the arc, 7 points, okay? So if he just has a half-decent shooting night, and obviously, I don't think Malik Mack is going to shoot 8 for 12 again from beyond the arc. If he does, great, but I think we are going to see a little bit more production out of a guy like Curtis Williams, who they're giving 15 shots to, giving 10 shots from 3 to, so they obviously feel somewhat confident in Williams' ability. So I'm okay here with Georgetown. I know, again, it was a severely underwhelming regular season, but I think Georgetown plus 7.5 feels great. I don't hate the money line. I'm not going to take it personally, but plus 7.5, I will go with the Hoyas here to cover against Wazoo. Them and Nova, man, showing out early in the Crown tournament. We'll see, right? Nova plays tomorrow against likely USC. I'm recording this video during the USC-Tulane game. USC's up by 15 points at halftime. So, it'll likely be Nova and USC. But again, we'll see. I have this side of the Final Four, though, being if I had to guess, I'd go Nebraska, Boise State, but I do see the upset potential for Georgetown. That's why we are going plus 7.5 for the Hoyas. I hope they get it. Give me Georgetown here to cover against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So folks, thank y'all for watching our best bets here for April 2nd for the college basketball crown. If you haven't yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.